So far, I have raised over $2,500, which I have used to help fund the safe house, a home that takes care of the children who escape, who run away, a place where they will be safe from the beatings, from the torture, where they will always have a warm meal and a home. But not only that, not only does this charity protect them, but it also teaches them. It gives them the education they never would have had. It teaches them jobs, so that all of those kids, even those so cruelly crippled and maimed by the slumlords, after they finish their school and outgrow the shelter, can go out into the community, provide for themselves, lead a normal life, and have the potential to help others, as I have helped them. Through all that I have done, the shelter has grown tenfold. Before I came along, the shelter had a capacity of 15 kids, which they would only give basic job training skills to, before evicting them after 6 months. Currently, the shelter has 153 kids, which they are giving educational and vocational skills to, and orphans can stay with the orphanage for a period of up to 5 years. There are some people that question me and ask me how I can really expect to make a difference or change the world. After all, I am just one boy. To those people, I always respond, go to the safe house. See the street kids who were beaten and abused and maimed by the slumlords, who were forced to beg, but now have a new lease on life, and all the same opportunities as you were on. Go up to them and ask, do you think one boy can make a difference? Do you think one person can change the world? They will tell you, as they have often told me, that one boy changed their world forever. To them, that one boy made all the difference. These children had no voice. Everyone saw them, everyone ignored them, everyone neglected them. When they spoke, we would not listen. When they asked for help, we turned away. But now, I am their voice, and I have said, you cannot ignore me. Because of this, because of my willingness to change the world rather than oppose it, people label me a global citizen. People tell me that I'm a global citizen and that I embody the ideals of how we all should act. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Personally, I think I'm nothing exceptional. I'm not going out of my way to do any of this. I'm simply doing what is right. But when people say that about me, when I won the award last June, it got me thinking, what makes a global citizen? According to Earcos, a global citizen is someone who understands the interdependence and interconnectedness of both human and ecological issues, demonstrates strong collaborative problem solving, listening, and consensus building skills, strives to be well informed on global issues, consistently demonstrates a sense of intrinsic volunteerism, exhibits extraordinary leadership skills, and is conversant in at least 2 languages. All these are good criteria, but I think the definition of what makes a global citizen is much simpler. I think global citizenship is so much more than just a word. It is so much more than just a label. Global citizenship is a state of mind. A global citizen is someone who is not afraid to look someone straight in the eyes and say, what you are doing is wrong. A global citizen is someone who fights for what is right, no matter how unpopular it is. Simply put, a global citizen is someone who gives his or her voice to those who have none. Someone who stands up for the small, fights for the weak, someone who tells the world, I will be the voice for what is good and what is right in the world, and you cannot ignore me. As I said, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see no one exceptional. I do what I do not for fame, not for glory, not for labels, not for awards. I do what I do because it is the right thing to do. I do what I do because it is right. I am honest to the world, and I am honest to myself. I look out into the audience today, and I see people much more inspirational and much more exceptional than me. Educators from all walks of life. You all have the potential to accomplish so much more than me, and not only by your actions. Sure, you can go out and get your hands dirty. Build houses for Habitat for Humanity like I did in Thailand. Go out and help the street children. But teachers have the unique and amazing ability to inspire. Not everyone has a childhood idol. Not everyone has all the opportunities you or I may have had. But everyone has a teacher at some point or another. All of us here today can reflect on our life and point out the small handful of people who made you who you are and inspired you to be who you are today. And I'd be willing to bet that in all of our cases, at least one of those people would be a teacher. Remember, even though I didn't know it at the time, it was a teacher that changed my life. Teachers pass on so much more than what they dish out of a textbook. You teach through your actions more than you could ever know. You teach by example. If you do nothing, your students will do nothing, and the cycle continues. But if you take action, if you start the environmental clubs, or if you go out and help, then your students will be right there beside you. And some will even pass you along the way and go further than you could ever imagine. Remember, a global citizen is someone who stands up and takes action. Being sympathetic to the problems is not enough. John Liu made an excellent quote at the Global Issues Network conference last week in Bangkok that has since become one of my favorite quotes. People know what the problems are. People know. And people talk about them. But the problems the world is facing are physical problems. Physical problems require physical solutions. Actions, not words. The biggest problem the world faces is the difference between action and thought. We all know the problems. We all know what needs to be done. We all know the right thing to do. We know this. And how many of you act in that manner? I let my actions speak about me. I want people to judge me based on my actions, based on what I do. Because my voice is not my own. I give my voice to the animals who are beaten and tortured. I speak for the children who are battered and abused by the slumlords. I speak for the trees who are cut down every day to line the pockets of the corporations. I speak for the fishermen who year after year see less and less fish due to industrial pollution of our oceans. Every moment of every day, and with every fiber of my being, I challenge the world. And with full mind and body, I say, I am Patrick Farrelly, and I speak for those whose voice is lost in the world today. You cannot ignore me, and you will never silence my voice. Thank you.
You're not going to be sorry. He said, what I have to say, he said, I'm on a mission, I feel, and being in the school and having teachers and the person that he talked about has made a change in his life. This is what Ho Chi Minh City International School, you guys do. You make a difference. What he says from his heart. Thank you very much.